Hello, everybody, and welcome. How are you? Let's pay some bills here real quick, and we'll get going.
Sportcat's Daily Gazette, live across Australia on Dare Media Group radio stations. News, weather.
And somehow it all makes sense. Sort of. For more information, go to daremediagroup.com.au.
The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sportcat Daily Gazette. That was the wrong commercial. We are live on Dare Talk Radio, Radio X Country, and Oldies, as well as rebroadcast on Pine Island's WZQR. Well, come over and find us on the YouTube channel. You can find Denise. Denise is in here. I think I saw Chris. I'm not sure where Wendell is. I saw him in there somewhere. So hello to everybody. Come over and join the chat. We got a great chat. And let me play my disclaimer because I got a grumpy co-host today.
The views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette are those of the host, Glenn Sportcat Jackson, and do not reflect the views of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or platforms hosting the show. This show is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please note, satire and humor, all commentary, especially on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner. Statements made on this show should not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
No, I am not a scientist. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just a fat guy with a microphone. Hello, Brenda. Welcome.
Hi, I think Jack just called me a bitch from the other room.
Well, the shoe fits, Brenda. Oh, Lord have mercy. This show's going to be all over the place today because we got very little news. I think we're about to go to war with another country, but the predominant thing is, well, we're all going to die here in the South from the snow. So,
Yeah.
So are you prepared?
Well, Jack's getting ready to leave and go to the store. He's got to go get me vapes, Ritz crackers, and I want some chicken ramen. So, yeah, it's cold.
Right.
Ramen's, we're not supposed to eat ramen, especially as diabetics, because it turns the sugar in your system like immediately. But if I'm going to eat any soup because it's damn cold, it's got to be ramen. It's got to be ramen.
Tomato soup, grilled cheese sandwich.
Tomato soup sounds good too, but then we got to get milk and.
Well, just get canned milk because, well, we're all going to die. Before coming on live, I was listening to the GEMA, the Georgia Emergency Management, and our governor. And I'm going to explain the colors and the codes and the numbers here in a few minutes, but we're in the section where you could probably die. So,
yeah,
you're in Georgia. So, yeah, good news.
Our governor, we've already got linemen out and ready. We have people already out there by the infrastructure thing that we got, the electrical grid, whatever it is. We've got all kinds of stuff going on right now. And he said this morning that some of our National Guard are going to be out helping with like accidents, but they've asked everybody to kind of stay home this weekend because it's that
our
bad.
Governor said just be prepared. Saturday night he's probably going to put a Saturday through Monday mandatory travel only on the roads. I think we borrowed some more brine from another state. I don't know. We got like 70 gallons of it or some shit. So they're out there spraying already. Our National Guard has been prepped. The federal National Guard has been prepped. I'm not sure what that means exactly because of federal, state and local, but 14 states have already declared an emergency in advance of this. And the Army Corps of Engineers has been busy at work for the past 24 hours preparing us. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Been moving generators, and T-Mobile and Verizon have brought in their emergency teams.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know our hospitals have already had people. They said something about our hospitals have got teams that are what are they doing? Oh, they're working on all of their generators to make sure everything's up to par.
Yep.
We have a couple of hotels and a couple of different places here that they're going to make sure, like the police departments that are run on generators, that if we have to get out of the cold, they're going to open their lobbies for people to stay there. So I imagine they'll have like coffee and
same here.
different stuff like that. They didn't do that shit last time, but we weren't expecting it. When it happened last time, it just like happened, and we were all like, you know.
Well, they're ahead of it. The Amateur Radio Emergency Services, ARES, has already been out setting up emergency communications. I've been monitoring that. Here at the Sportcat Command Post, I have all my flashlights charged. We have water. We have I got tomato soup. I don't know what Mrs. Sportcat's got, but I think the only thing that'll be the issue for Georgia, at least, is the cold. We're not prepared for 20 or single digit, possibly even single digit freezes. So that's going to be bad, but it'll be okay. We'll survive. So Chris says nobody has seen a bigger storm in history of this country. 2,000 miles is truly unbelievable. Many people have talked about this storm. People are calling the path the Trump track. Oh, mercy. Christian says, just went shopping, headed back home to hunker down, keep the hearth fire stove, stay safe. Love from Colorado. Well, you guys and gals in Colorado are prepared for it. And Ted Cruz is already in San Diego.
I'm going to tell you what, my daughter's in Colorado, and this is the first time she's been in snow out there. She messaged me early this morning. She's like, Mom, it is damn cold out here. It's -4.
You know, that's funny. You know, my son moved to Vermont, 3 years ago now, maybe 4. I don't know. It's God, time flies. And he wanted the cold. That's what he wanted. So he moved there because he hates the heat in the South. And now he's apparently Yankee-ized because he's making fun of us. He goes, you guys and gals don't know how to handle this. It's like, no, we don't.
There are some of us that do. We just stay the fuck home and leave the road.
Well, that's the key. But emergencies arise, and then people. What really happens, and I've learned this as an emergency responder, and we call it stupid, the stupid factor. But what really happens is people in their brain are convinced that they can do things that they can't. And the problem with ice is, especially at night, you don't always see it. But they changed our forecast just before we went on to possibly 3/4 of an inch of ice. So that's not going to be fun, but we'll be all right. We'll manage. I don't know what I'll do. I'll snuggle with Mrs. Sportcat, and if she kicks me out, me and Ginger will just do it. So. Oh, mercy. All right, well, let's get on here because we do have some things to talk about. Today is January 23rd, Friday. If you're listening to us on replay, currently it is 2:11 or 14:11 on the East Coast. And if we can thank our good friends in California for sending us all this horrible weather, it's just 11:11 a.m. there. Denver, good afternoon. It's 12:11. Chris, you missed your lunch, 1:11. And for our friends down in Australia, Perth, 3:11 a.m. Sydney, well, you're already into your weekend. It's 6:11 a.m. Why are you listening to us? Put your feet up and kick back and make fun of some Americans panicking. because that's
I'm
pretty
not.
much what's going to happen.
The good thing about it is I'm so glad that I've done things, as a prepper anyways, because we have ways to cook, we have stuff we can make, we have a generator, we even have a solar radio, AM FM radio, that has plugs for our cell phones and all
Oh
that.
yeah, my batteries are charged, so
Yeah, so are
uh,
mine right now. As a matter of fact, I am waiting for the vet to get back to me because I've been up all night with my pup. He's sick again, and we know what's wrong with them, so they shouldn't have to take any X-rays. But I need to get that medicine that keeps him from vomiting, so he can at least drink water and stay hydrated.
yeah.
And so I'm
You don't
waiting
want
on them.
you don't want to have a sick pup in the middle of this. So,
Oh, I know it.
all right. Well, if you went outside and looked up, you weren't in the South, obviously. You're probably on the West Coast if you went outside and looked up, or maybe down under. But on the East Coast, in the South, yeah, it was too damn cold. You would only see 2%. I'm sorry, 24% illumination. That's going to be the other bad thing with the dark moon and people trying to go out and no lights. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Bigfoot's going to have fun. He'll have plenty of areas to roam. So, yeah, so good times. So, yeah, there we are. Let's just progress through this. Do you want to do trivia today? Are you in the mood, or are you?
Well, if we don't have a whole bunch of news, we can do trivia and laugh at ourselves. And
We got a little bit. So
I got to do something. I'm hoping I don't doze off on you because I did have to take my day meds also, on top of not having any sleep, which is like a triple whammy.
Oh God!
Because I was sitting here in my chair at the computer. Oh, that's good.
I'll just play that if you start to doze off.
Well, I was sitting here at the computer waiting for you to send me the link, and when you called me, I had fallen asleep in my chair.
I was like, "What the hell? She ain't answering me. Normally, she's
and I had already talked to you this morning, asking you if you were awake, and I was just like, there you go.
That'll wake you.
Scare me, so I fall off my chair.
That's all we'll hear from you.
Now, mind you, if you scare me and I fall off my chair, Jack is not home. He left the house to go to the store, so I'll be on the floor till he gets here.
Okay.
But I have a good mic. I'm pretty sure. You jackass.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like my puppy when he gets to snoring.
Oh, that's gonna be you during the show. We'll keep you awake. So we'll figure it out. So
he's looking at me like I'm stupid, wondering who I'm talking to.
I got a warning here, or I'll just I don't know, put you out of my misery. Chris says, I went outside and looked up last night. My eyelids were froze to the top of my head. Well, nobody had ever seen such beautiful eyelids frozen there, Chris. So you're all right. So the sun is 11 minutes behind. So one of the Three Stooges names. Hey, I still don't know their names. So thanks. I forgot to Google it. Damn it. Let's see. No, we're just gonna ignore this one. I don't want to do that one. Do we want to do movies? Do we want to do music? What do you want to do? We got all kinds of choices, huh?
I was gonna say TV.
TV. All right, let me find TV.
Damn
all right.
TV.
Do you want to do general, casts, characters, or plots? They're special, so
that's a special.
All right, we'll do a special because Brenda's special. Good God. Well, no. No, it has something to do with TV shows. I don't think we could do Simpsons characters. We've done one of those. We'll do Simpsons. We'll do Simpsons. We've done one, but we'll do another one. All right, here we go. Often wears a rhinestone encrusted leisure suit and speaks about himself in third person. Well, is that Disco Stew, Snake, comic book guy, or Bumblebee Man?
Well, that's a rough one because I don't remember anybody wearing that. So we'll go. Oh, Chris says the disco dude.
Yeah, I think it's Disco Stew. So we'll go with Disco Stew. All right, we got that one
That
right.
would be my guess, but
Springfield resident, recidivist felon that often robs the Quickie Mart. Springfield's resident recidivist, I guess that means criminal, that often robs the Quickie Mart. Is it Poochie, Dewey Largo, Dolph Starbeam, or Snake? I gotta guess, but I'm not 100%. I think it's Snake. So I'm gonna go with Snake. I haven't seen anybody pipe up in the chat, but we'll go with Snake and see what happens. Hey, we got that.
Crap, we got that one right.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Cynical and burnt out host of Bart and Lisa's favorite TV show. Real name is Herschel Schmokel. I guess I pronounced that right. Schmokiel Pinchas Eurocharm. Good Lord, I couldn't pronounce that. Is it Krusty the Clown, Troy McClure, Kent Brockman, or is it the Bumblebee Man?
Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, I think it's Krusty. That's my guess. So I'm gonna go with Krusty. So hold on a minute. What am I doing? I got a button to push somewhere. No, apparently I don't. Okay, well, we'll just carry on because I thought I had a button to push.
Well, you haven't selected Krusty the Clown yet.
No. I thought I had a button on my soundboard, but apparently I thought I had a crusty sound, but I don't have a crusty sound. How do I not have a crusty sound? I don't know. Oh, wait, there it is.
I'm a fan, but I never listen to the Sportcat show.
Yeah, well, F you, Krusty. All right. Sea Captain, famous for his catchphrase, "Yar," and his peg leg in which he keeps liquor. Horatio McAllister, Snake, Martin Prince, or Uter Zorka? Would that be Horatio? I don't know.
God, I don't know that guy's name.
I can see, I can see him, but I
it might be that.
We know it's not Snake, so we've already got Snake.
Yeah.
So, Chris says it's Horatio, so we'll go with Chris. Chris is smarter than us, so we'll go with Chris. There we go. All right, number 5. Identical twin students at Springfield Elementary. Chloe and Zoe, Sherry and Terry, Sarah and Tara, or Patty and Selma? I want to say Chloe and Zoe, but I'm not.
I think so.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not. We'll wait and see if anybody in the chat catches up and sees if they did it.
I mean, I'm tossed between the Chloe and Zoe and the Sarah and Tara, but
I don't remember. I can see them, but I don't see. That's the thing. I don't ever remember their names. So I think it's Chloe and Zoe. Let's just guess. We're going to guess. Nobody in the chat's giving us any help here. Oh, it was Sherry and Terry. We were both wrong. Well, I knew it wasn't Patty and Selma. So, extremely intelligent and nerdy scientist of Springfield, Marvin Monroe, Dewey Largo, Julius Hibbert, or John Frink?
Julius Hibbert just sounds smart.
Could be. Oh, excuse me.
Just saying.
Yeah. I thought I knew the cast. Apparently, I don't.
Well, I think these are just the side casts that they have, so that's what's messing with us.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anybody in the chat got a guess? Marvin Monroe, Dewey Largo, Julius Hibbert, or John Frink?
It's Julius.
You think? Okay. No, Chris says Julius is the doctor, so we can rule him out.
Oh, okay.
John Frink. I mean, that sounds like a nerdy name, but hell, I don't know.
Melvin Monroe. Dewey.
Marvin Monroe,
Oh,
Dewey
Marvin.
Largo, or John Frink.
Dewey.
Dewey. You want to guess? All right, we'll just guess. Dewey. I will go with Dewey. No, I was right. It was John Frink. Damn it, Brenda. You should listen to me. Just like my wife. You should listen to me, Brenda. Damn it when I speak. Lawyer with questionable competence and ethics, and was voiced by the late great Phil Hartman. Lawyer with questionable competence and ethics was voiced by the late great Phil Hartman. Cletus Spuckler, Troy McClure, Kent Brockman, or Lionel Hutz. Well, Kent Brockman was the TV guy, so I'm pretty sure that's not it. I think Cletus, he was one of the redneck characters, so I'm pretty sure that's not it. So it leaves us with Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz. And Chris says Lionel Hutz. I can agree with that. So
yeah.
There we go. Man, Chris bails us out. There we go every time. Actor famous for his McBain films. Troy McClure, Uter Zorka, Rainier Wolfcastle, or Artie Ziff. An actor in The Simpsons famous for his McBain films. Troy McClure, Uter Zorker, Rainier Wolfcastle, or Artie Ziff. I got nothing.
Some of those names are too
I want to say Troy, but that's not right. Chris says Rainier, so sounds like a good Hollywood Simpsons Hollywood name. So we'll give it a whirl, and it is correct. Damn it, Chris! I'm going to promote Chris to co-host. Psychotherapist that disappeared since the 7th season and was presumed dead. Psychotherapist that disappeared since the 7th season and was presumed dead. Hans Moleman, Cecil Terrorwiggler, Herman, or Marvin Monroe. Good Lord. Was that the one that was voiced by Frasier? Or, well, he's not Frasier's his TV name. What the hell is his real name? Was that the one that was? No, that was Krusty's sidekick is who he voiced.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob. That was him. Yeah. Okay. So
Sideshow Bob.
I don't know. Hans Moleman, maybe, or Marvin Monroe.
I think it might be Hans
or Cecil. I don't know. We'll go with
Cecil.
Hans.
Would sound like a damn Simpsons character.
Right. Yeah, we'll go. So Cecil or Hans? Or Marvin or Herman?
Let's do Cecil. What the hell?
You go with Cecil. No, it was Marvin Monroe. Damn it.
Cocksucker.
And just as I push the button, Chris comes through for us. Bitter mother of the principal of the Springfield Elementary School. The bitter mother of the principal of Springfield's Elementary. Lindsay Nagel, Agnes Skinner, Elizabeth Hoover, and Helen Lovejoy.
Agnes Skinner.
I believe you are correct. Denise says, I think we're missing all of them. Yeah. All right, we got that right. So we probably got a C. Yeah, we got a C. We made 7 out of 10.
Yay.
So, all right, I'll go study my Simpsons trivia.
Pay more attention to the side characters. That's what
there you go. How many sheep does it take to make a sweater? How many sheep does it take to make a sweater? Well, it probably takes a flock.
Yeah.
Guess I have no idea.
This guy is just out of his mind. So I think that's right.
Only one, but you have to teach it how to knit.
Chris, if you don't go kick this guy's ass,
Men seldom make passes at girls who wear glasses. Beauty is only skin deep, but ugly goes clean to the bone. That's a quote from Dorothy Parker. And no, that comment isn't true. I go for the librarian looking girl. You know, she's kind of a cross between Princess Leia and a librarian. That's the model girl for me. So, and Mrs. Sportcat fits none of those because she beat my ass. So. Well, on this day, January 23rd, Terry Keith kills himself playing with a gun. The founding member of the band of Chicago, Terry Keith, accidentally kills himself with a gun. It was only 8 days shy of his 32nd birthday. He was playing with several of his guns when he pointed a .38 revolver at his head and pulled the trigger. It was not loaded. He then picked up a semi-automatic 9mm. Don't worry about it. I took the clip out. Look, it's not even in it. Then he inserted a empty magazine into the gun, placed it against his temple, and pulled the trigger. So he didn't realize he had one chambered. He died instantly.
I was going to say, do not.
This day, Wendell says, I have a thing for blind girls. Well, they can't see me. So there you go. 1978, Terry Keith. Yeah. Always, well, first off, never point a gun at anything you don't intend to kill. First off. Second off, don't play with loaded guns. Make sure that you've cleared the chamber and the revolver is empty. But
I keep around in the chamber. In my 40s, I keep rounds in the chamber, so I always know that when I would say the clip and then pop that round out before I do anything with it.
If Squirt wasn't here, I probably would, except for the Glock. I still don't trust the Glock 45.
No,
without safety. No,
I tell you, when they first came out, I went to a range with one. And I accidentally hit the wrong button and the damn thing fell apart in my hand. I was like, what the? And it was loaded. I was like, what the hell is this? And they're like, Brenda, be careful and just set it down, point it away from you and everybody else. I'm like, duh.
Yeah, the Glock is the closest I have to a 1911. I wish I had a 1911, but yeah, it's well, I had one at one point in time, and then I had kids. But
I've got a beautiful Beretta 40 cal. It's big, it's heavy, and
we're gonna get shadow banned for talking about.
No, we're not showing nothing. They can shut the hell up.
This day
hang on.
In 1977, Roots. Do you remember that? The TV miniseries on ABC for 8 consecutive nights. Roots, January 23rd, 1977. I remember that. That was pretty popular back in the day. It says that it only drew 130 million viewers. I was going to say 130,000.
Well, Glenn, here we go. So my vet messaged me.
Oh, Lord.
For me to take him in and get his medicine, it's $350.
Ooh,
I'm $120 short.
Well,
I wonder if they'll just take that and leave me the hell alone.
Write him a check.
I don't have checks. Nobody does checks anymore, Glenn. What are you
gotta
talking
keep
about?
them around for special occasions, just like this. So.
Do you remember when you went to school and they taught you how to fill out a check?
Yeah, there was a general.
They don't do that anymore.
No,
these kids,
they
you
don't.
show them a check and they're like, "What the hell is this?" Unless it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know. Mom still goes to Walmart and Ingles and writes checks. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my God!
It's like, well, it come out of the checking account. Like, get a debit card. It comes out of your checking account automatically. So
they said the fee for bringing him in, they got to check him out. They don't have to do X-rays. We already know what's wrong. And his medicine, $350. The last time I took him, it was $900. So, at least be still my heart.
Well, they're just warming you up, Brenda.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm
Oh
I'm
my
afraid I've got to
God.
take Ginger when we go to Tennessee. It's funny. I'm only using the Tennessee vet because I can't afford the Georgia vet, but I can't afford the Tennessee one either.
Right?
Yeah, we're going up there next month. Well, pending we don't die, one, and two, we can melt our way up there. But yeah, I was going to take her for an eye thing. So, well, I'm sure I'll have to dip into savings for that. So, good times. So, yeah. Wendell says he has a 9, a 40, and an AR. Well, you got a good, just strap them on there, Wendell. USS Pablo was captured by North Korea this day in 1968. North Koreans captured the USS Pablo. The captain and crew were held captive for 11 months. They can be seen displaying the Hawaiian good luck sign in a number of propaganda photos taken by the North Koreans. This was done until they found out what it really meant. They were released in December. What the hell did it really mean? I'm confused. What does
Did it tell you what it meant?
No. North Koreans are having a hard time proving the world they kept it, but Fox trying to. It doesn't say. They're using the hand signal for a message futility, getting off on hand signals, obscene divisiveness and contempt. What the hell? Is this some secret military thing? I don't know what that is, to be honest. Huh? All right. Well, where is KG? He's my naval history expert. Well, the first Nazi to take office was on this day in 1930. Wilhelm Frick becomes state minister of the interior and education in the coalition government of Thuringia, making him the first Nazi to hold any ministerial level office in pre-Nazi Germany. Hey, well, we just had that happen in Virginia. So there you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, here we go. I'll be in trouble. Or was it New York City? I don't know. No, he's a socialist. Hello, Monica. Welcome. Come in here and help us before I get banned from the radio. The first assassination by firearm this day in 1570. James Stuart, first Earl of Moray, is fatally wounded with a carbine shot from a window while passing down the street. This is the first recorded assassination by firearm. He was assassinated by a supporter of Mary, Queen of Scots. 1570, they had carbines? I didn't know that. Wow.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, that's what it says. I mean, James Stuart, the first Earl of Moray, was fatally wounded with a carbine shot from a window while passing down a street. This day in 1570. They had carbines. Why didn't we use them during the Civil War? All right. Or yeah, well, better yet, why did we use them during the American Revolution? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what a carbine is. Maybe that's an assault weapon, right? So the world's deadliest earthquake occurred today in 1556. The world's deadliest earthquake was recorded in Shanghai, China. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, killing 830,000 people. 520-mile wide area was destroyed. Some countries, 60% of the population was killed. Wow. The A-Team premiered this day on NBC in 1983. You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. This day in 1964, the 24th Amendment of the Constitution is ratified, specifying that a person could not be required to pay a tax to vote in federal elections. Well, damn, they need to amend that to we don't have to pay taxes at all. So, deepest manned ocean descent. This day in 1960, the U.S. Navy I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Basafi Triesta descends 35,800 feet into the Marianas Trench in the Pacific Ocean. Wow. All right. I did read a thing that one of the first submarines that the Nazis sunk, they sunk it themselves by flushing a toilet. Well, now they came under fire when they surfaced, and I never thought of that. I sent that to my military expert, KG. I never thought about it because I don't know what the number of people on a sub is, probably 50, maybe. I don't know. But what happens when they go to the bathroom? I never thought about that until I read that article.
Kind of like flushed into a tank that emptied into the water. But if somebody
because of the pressure,
if somebody flushed the toilet and it sunk the damn thing, that had to, whatever that man ate, he should never eat again.
I think it was the captain too, but
no.
Yeah, because of subsurface temperature or pressures, they can't expel it until they get to the surface. So when they cut to the surface, they use an air canister to jettison it out of the submarine into the ocean. I never thought, I don't know why I went on this rabbit hole today. So
well, you know what? So now people that go in the ocean and go on your surfboards, if you've got something,
if you got a submarine off the coast, it could be shitty.
You have something stuck on the bottom of your surfboard.
Shitter's full. The 20th Amendment, the lame duck amendment. This day in 1933, the 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified. It's called the lame duck amendment. It moved beginning of the president and vice president's terms from March to January 20th, and members of Congress from March 4th to January 3rd. The time between an election and a successor taking office is referred to as the lame duck period.
You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
You know, all those soldiers all those Navy men being on a ship, when they go on their Westpac, they're gone for 6 months. That's a lot of shit to
Yeah. I didn't go down the aircraft carrier shitter system, but I just got to reading about the subs. I was like, because I never thought about it. Because I mean, the fluid has to offset the ballast. So, and this is a question probably for a physicist. My guest Wednesday night could have guessed this one probably, but the weight of a submarine, does it increase or decrease because of the defecation?
I think it would
the urination.
increase.
But your consumption in is the same as your consumption out, isn't it? So I mean, it's a physicist question, and now I'm going to have to know. So
maybe for a sub, they come up at least maybe twice in you know. So
they jettison it out, but it's I don't know why. I don't know.
I'm just picturing all that shit built up for 6 months being dumped at once in the damn ocean.
Hopefully they do it in the Indian Ocean. They don't do it near us. So. Yeah. Now I'm going to have to research this. How do you? Oh, okay. All right. This day, January 23rd, 1920, the inventor of the Frisbee, Fred Morrison, the American inventor, he invented the Frisbee. He got the idea when someone offered to buy a cake pan. He and his future wife were tossing back and forth at the beach. He was also a prisoner of the infamous Stalag 13 during World War II. Well, interestingly enough, here in a few weeks on my Wednesday night show, I'm going to have the inventor of the disc golf game. So there you go. Coming up in a few weeks.
I remember him.
Yeah. The patented Ouija board by Elijah Bond. This day in 1847, American inventor Bond patented the Ouija board. His patent was initially denied because the chief patent officer wanted proof that it worked. As a test, he asked the board to spell out his name, which he did, and then he granted the patent. The name Ouija had been determined in 1890 when Bond's sister-in-law, see, it's a sister-in-law, a spiritualist and medium, asked the board what its name was, to which the board spelled out Ouija. When asked what the word meant, it responded, "Good luck." The use of similar talking boards is recorded back as far as AD 1100 in China. They became popular in the United States in the 1860s after the Civil War, when spiritualists used the device to help people contact relatives lost in the war. The scientific community generally believes the Ouija board works via unconscious movements known as the ideomotor effect. The effect was described by Michael Faraday in 1853. Many religious groups believe Ouija boards are connected to the occult and ban their use. Some believe their use can even result in demonic possession. Wow. I wonder if Trump's got a gold one. So. That's how all of our decisions are being made. He pulls out the keyboard on the desk and pulls out the gold Ouija board. It's the biggest and most beautiful Ouija board anybody's ever seen. So,
oh God.
Wendell said, I don't know why Wendell knows this, the only thing that you gain weight from eating is bananas. When you eat 1 pound, you gain a pound. I don't know why he knows that, but okay. And I can't contest it. But who the hell eats a pound of bananas?
I don't know.
It seems to me if you ate a pound of bananas, you would probably have a pound of diarrhea.
You would be pissing an awful lot.
Oh, John Hancock, born this day in 1737, the 4th and 13th president of the Continental Congress, first signer of the Declaration of Independence, and the first governor of Massachusetts. Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver, was born this day in 1950. He's still with us. Rutger Hauer, oh, that guy looks rough. 1944 on this day. Blade Runner, okay, and The Hitcher. Chris says, every question Trump asks is gold Ouija board. It spells out, "You're great." Oh, well. Gil Gerard, do you remember him? He was born this day in 1943, an American TV actor. Buck Rogers. Lou Antonio, an American director, born this day in 1934. The Snoop Sisters and Barney and the Chauffeur. I mean, I don't remember that one.
I don't either.
Cheetah Riviera. I'm not even going to try her real name. American Tony winning actress from West Side Story. She was Anita. Jeanne Moreau, a French actress, born this day in 1928, known for 7 Days, 7 Nights. Ernie Kovacs, born this day in 1990, American comedian. He was the TV show host for The Tonight Show, 56, 57, and he had his own show, The Ernie Kovacs Show. He died when he lost control of his Chevrolet Corvair, crashed into a power line in West LA. He died almost instantly from chest and head injuries. Wow. His body was pictured with an unlit cigar on the pavement near his outstretched hand. It appeared in newspapers across the United States. Why in a sick way do I want to just go Google that? Bob Steele.
You have nothing better to do this weekend.
Well,
you're going to be
no. I'm going to be studying all about submarines. Bob Steele, born this day in 1907. Duffy from the F Troop. Anya Seton, she was an American author of historical romances, born this day of 1904. She was also a founding pioneer of the Boy Scouts of America. I don't even want to know.
Oh, boy.
I'll go down a rabbit hole on that. Randolph Scott. He was a cowboy, wasn't he? Born this day in 1898. 7 Men from Now in 1957.
I think in 1908, everybody was cowboys and Indians.
No, not in 1908. They were gangsters. So
1808.
I don't know. I'm not good with history. Let's see. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees in 1986: Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, Little Richard, Robert Johnson, Jimmy Rogers, Jimmy Yancey, Alan Freed, John Hammond, and Sam Phillips. That was the inaugural class this day in 1986.
Yeah, you can't do a lineup like that nowadays.
No. There's not that many of them left.
No.
So, I mean, God, they put Dolly Parton in and she doesn't even sing rock and roll. But she made jokes about it. So she said she was going to accept it until she had a rock and roll album. Then she put out the rock and roll album and it sucked and they gave her the award. It was kind of like a Trump thing. Yeah, here you go.
Right.
It's National Security Technician Day, National Handwriting Day, National Pie Day. What kind of pie do you like, Brenda?
Oh, blueberry, pumpkin. It's pie, Glenn. I'm fat. I like them all.
I'm reading Chris's comment. He said, would you rather look at dead Ernie Kovacs cigar picture or read the book on the aircraft carrier shitter? Because I'm at a deadlock. I can't rule out either. Oh, yeah. You got me, Chris. You got me. So,
do them both. Just do them both.
I guess it depends on how much cabin fever I get during the storm.
That reminds me, I need to charge my tablet too while I'm at it.
Can't rule either out. Well, if you have any good recommendations, Chris, just message me. National Pie Day. My guess probably chocolate for me or cherry.
Coconut cream.
Oh, yuck. Now, Mrs. Sportcat and Mom both make a mean apple pie, but I have to be in a mood for pie. I don't really like pie. I mean, I guess I like it, but if I've got a lineup of desserts in front of me, it would be lower on the list. Now, during the holidays, but wait a minute. Mom makes a good sweet potato pie, too. I don't know. I'm torn on this one. Big Garden Birdwatch Day, whatever the hell that means. First Philippine Republic Day. It's International Sticky Toffee Pudding Day. I never had toffee pudding. Measure Your Feet Day. Okay, you must be really bored. National Activities Professionals Day. National King Day. It's Pedro's Day. National Report Pharmaceutical Fraud Day. What? I can't get a Sportcat Day. Jesus Christ. Snowplow Mailbox Hockey Day. National Rhubarb Pie Day. I just figured out Mailbox Hockey Day. Yeah. You may hit it, may not. So, yeah.
So, Andy sent me a picture of a wide load that is stuck on the road in a construction zone right by his house.
Just message him back and ask him where the shitter is on it.
I don't know, but that is a wide load, and that sucker is stuck. Who goes down a small road like that? Oh my God, people are stupid.
55 days until spring begins. I don't believe it.
Sure.
Yeah, 34th day of winter. I'm 34 days too many in. So, all right. So, we'll just skip through all this. We'll just get straight to this.
And there's this.
And then there's this. So we'll start here. This is compliments of Weatherwise. I'm actually thinking I downloaded the app. And I don't get paid for this. Ryan Hall, y'all, if you listen, cool. I appreciate it. He is, I guess, the founder and creator of Weatherwise. And I got to say, out of all the apps and weather things I've looked at, his is probably the most badass. His is probably the most for giving you the information you need to know. And I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not going to get a kickback for this. But Weatherwise is pretty damn good, and I'm actually considering buying a subscription. But because of all the well, it's not free, but all the goodies you get with it. It would be good for reporting news. But looking at the radar, and this is showing not only the radar, it's showing all the watches, warnings, and effects. We're going to dig in today to the colors of some of these things and how the public really doesn't know what's going on when they look at it. They just see pretty colors and go, oh, that's a warning. Oh, that's a blah, blah, blah. But there's an actual meaning to the colors. So this storm has hurricane, winter storm Fern. The Weather Channel designates storms as Ryan Hall, y'all. I lost. The National Weather Service names hurricanes and typhoon, or is it cyclones? They name them, but they don't name winter storms. But the National, I'm sorry, not the National Weather Service, the Weather Channel does name storms. So Winter Storm Fern is not a, quote, official name. I'm using air quotes there, but it was the name that they're using until the National Weather Service adopts it. But this storm is yet to get kicked off real good. That high is up there spinning just below Colorado and pretty much right there at the Four Corners area. It's just sitting there spinning. And this other high, which is off the coast of California, well, it's what's causing us the problem. It's sitting there giving this energy. And what I didn't know, I listened to Ryan Hall last night, and I was like, wait a minute, he explained it pretty well. The storm on the West Coast is trying to push to the east, but it doesn't have enough power to. So only the moisture is going over top of the Sierra Nevada mountains. And that is what is going to make this storm explode when it hits the warm Gulf air. So, there's your weather nerd info. But so it hasn't really officially kicked off yet. It's supposed to really get going tonight. Ryan Hall, y'all. I'll send him a kudo. Him now, not to take away from. What's the young kid? Well, they're all kids. Max? I can't remember. I watch a couple of them, but he come up with this weather system, and I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with it. So go check it out. I'm getting nothing for it. It might Max Velocity. Yeah, I watch Max, and then I watch that 14-year-old kid out of North Carolina too.
Oh God,
he's actually 21. But last night I saw somebody his chat was saying, I can't believe I'm taking weather advice from a 14-year-old. And he's like, hey, I'm 7 years older than that, damn it.
Oh, God. Hey, they probably do a better job than our actual news people. So,
Well, see, that's the thing. Independent journalism is doing a lot better job reporting things. Evan Freiberger. Man, Chris, you're up on your weather nerds with me. But yeah, see, I think Evan works at a channel, and then the guy out of Georgia, he's up and coming. I follow him because he gives a lot of local stuff in addition to the national stuff. The independent news media does a much better job. They take all the data and put it together, and they do a great job at it. So kudos to them. And most of them are going to be going live streaming starting this evening until they pass out, I guess. But so
the marathon.
Well, I mean, because of the way the intensity of this storm. So if you go to the Weather Prediction Center from the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, you can find the Winter Storm Severity Index. And then over here on the right, you'll see it gives different little colors. And I never really, weather nerded out on this. They are different colors, and the different colors mean different things. Like for winter weather, it's kind of gray. Yellow is minor. Orange is moderate. Red is major. Purple is extreme, and then there's one after extreme. It's black, and I think that's just death. But I never paid attention to it until They started today. The section of Georgia, Andy Hill, the section of Georgia that I live in, we're kind of in a little valley just the other side of the Appalachia. So we're not at a high elevation, but we're basically downstream for everything that hits the mountain and spins back down, if that makes sense. And so they were talking about it, and the governor pointed this area out, and it's pretty much where I live, coming from the downside of the mountain, basically follow Interstate 85 down into Atlanta. And he said these areas could be without power for 2 weeks.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. My ears perked up. You just said
Sorry.
2 weeks, Governor. So I was like, wait a minute. Hold on here. And so it got me to researching some of these things, because we talked about yesterday, FEMA, how they give the percentages. Chris says, I'm going to be looking for you there too. I won't be live streaming. But anyhow, so I got to doing the research into the colors, and they're talking about the grid possibly collapsing, and they started associating these colors, and I was like, so I started doing some research, and the information they don't tell us. I don't know exactly where Colleen is on the map, but you're pretty much in a moderate impact, I think, area. What do you
even look like you see that the little orange spots down there, in the middle,
down here? What are you talking about?
Right in
to
right
my
there.
left.
I'm around
Abilene.
in there somewhere.
Abilene, is that near you? Okay.
No, down north. Like,
down more.
If you look like where Austin is, which is
you're between Austin and Fort Worth. Okay, so you're in the orange, the moderate impact. Except there's a little area down there near what town is that? Temple. That's yellow.
I live right there next to Temple. I'm like not even 5 minutes, 10 minutes from there.
Okay, so you're either yellow, minor or moderate, depending on the scale of the impact of the storm.
I'm going to be on high alert because I don't want anybody driving through my house, because people are just stupid.
Well, day one, which is today, is where it kicks off for you guys and gals out there in Texas. And then day two, when it explodes, you can see how it just boom. It's getting that Pacific moisture, tapping with a low in the Gulf of America, and it just explodes. And of course, there's a depression off of the Atlantic as well that doesn't help out. That's what's causing the backward flow, basically. It's creating a wedge with the Appalachia, and we're on the downside of the Appalachia.
Fun stuff.
Chris says, I'm going to drive by Brenda's house and sing Amarillo by morning.
Yeah.
So, so this storm is going to be historic.
Did you hear that crash?
I heard you drop something.
Yeah, I went to grab my bottle of water and didn't realize, because it's on my microphones on my right side, where I can't see. Went to grab my bottle of water and completely just knocked my microphone over and everything else.
Lady Brenda.
Yes,
we'll talk about tree explosions. There's the chance for tree explosions. So AP, why freezing rain has millions at risk. This is going to jump back and forth between many power companies, but the problem with this storm is the ice coated trees and the limbs, obviously. But the real problem isn't as it's coming down, because as it gets colder, the weight gets heavier. And so when it first starts, it might just be a tree that's fallen over. But when the ice hits, you can't calculate it because the amount of weight it puts on the lines, the homes. So that's what's going to bring it down. It's the weight of the ice forming, the wet water forming. And of course, once it freezes, it coats, and the freezing rain keeps coating it is the problem. And that's what's going to get us here in the South. Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. So
Yeah, my uncle said he's bringing in the bobcat and making sure she stays inside. I'm like,
he owns a
dude,
bobcat.
yeah, he owns a
I'm
bobcat.
more intrigued by that than
She's beautiful. Yeah, he lives in Arkansas, and
okay.
he found her when she was little and thought it was a regular kitten. And yeah, she grew up in the house, and yeah, she's a big girl. She's beautiful. He had to whittle or make his own table for the middle of the living room out of real thick wood because she would get up on the table and break it. So he finally made her one, and she's a beautiful. He messaged me and asked me if, because he's getting older, he asked me if I could take her, and I looked. I was like, "Are you joking? That thing would eat the
Send
animals I have in my house."
Send pictures. I want to see this. So.
I have a picture of her. I'll send you one. She's pretty.
All right. So your governor, Greg Abbott, has sent out assurances that the power grid's much more reliable than the rest of the country because of Uri, Winter Storm Uri.
Yeah, we separated it from everybody and we rebuilt it. So.
Yep. Well, Duke Energy, which serves both of the Carolinas, they have said that their power grid is going to be okay, but we've not seen a storm this intense in the east. It's not a hurricane. This is different than a hurricane. A hurricane, you get the high winds, things snap, break, fall on each other. This one is just you get it just the weight, and then you can't get to it. TVA, well, they have said that they've spent millions of dollars in weatherization, and Tennessee is good. But it doesn't mention Georgia. So it doesn't mention Georgia. So, yeah. Looking at Chris says Ted Cruz sent out an out of the office automated message to everyone. He said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, Chris, much, Chris, if you're going to stay at his house while he's gone, why don't you just go ahead and run for his position?
There you go.
You just stay there.
So I got to looking to see how the power grid in the United States is broken up. And we know because of the problems we've had with the Canadian border and the threats we've had about the northeastern states, but then you also have the Midwest and the Central Valley, where Canadians get their power grid from us as well, or we get our grid from them. One or the other. I'm not sure which it is. But here in the South, we're isolated. We're what you see there in the purple. And so you're separate from it because of your power grid. Most of it. There's a little of you is still on the grid. But yeah, you can see here, we here in the South, we hearings in the South are all on our own grid. And as you just heard me say in TVA, and he had the Duke over in the Carolinas, but you didn't hear me mention much about VEPCO or Georgia Power.
Your trees out there that like to snap and break and fall on your line.
And I live in a wooded area, so yeah. So our grid is going to be very, very fragile, as they say. So we'll see.
I thought about, I would really like to have a really nice like log cabin type house surrounded by woods with one little path that leads for 2 miles out to a road. Okay.
It has
perks. Then I thought about winter.
Yeah, I'll say give it. It has perks, but yeah, winter is rough. Now, granted, I'm 21 miles outside of Atlanta.
And now we got blowing up trees, so it'd be my luck if I had a wood cabin that they would blow up.
Yeah. I've never heard that warning before, but yeah, we have tree explosion warnings. It's a real thing. I just didn't understand. I had to Google it. But our grid is more fragile here in the South because we're not prepared for this. So more than 170 million people are under winter weather advisories on the East Coast. And I don't want to be one of the ones spreading the danger on YouTube, but if you're not prepared by Saturday morning, you're screwed. And wherever you are by Saturday night, stay where you're at.
And I have a prediction by Monday. the petri dish in your house is going to make everybody sick again.
That's possible. So it's possible. So yeah, so they're expecting widespread power outages. FEMA sent out a message to be prepared to be without power for 2 weeks. GMO, which is the Georgia Emergency Management, was a little more optimistic. They said just a week. So we'll see. But some areas have never in recorded history seen the amount of ice that is being predicted, and their system is nowhere near ready for that. And well, kind of in that area. So yeah. So.
I think I would rather go to Florida and collect all the fallen iguanas and bring them here before I brought my
What bothers me is Mom up in Knoxville. Their grid is more prepared than Atlanta. I don't understand.
Well, that's good, though.
I don't understand. So we'll see. But they're saying that North South Carolina may experience multiple day outages. So if you're in the Carolinas, just hang on. It's going to get better. And then as it goes up the coast, which once you get to the Northeast, once you get above really DC, up in the Yankee country, they're more prepared for this type thing. And their systems are a little bit better. So why do I have this up? Okay. This comes to us from the New York Times. And we talk about the Arctic cold and snow squalls that are going to be merging and taking out the electric grids. And that's the other thing. Your grid may not collapse because of the weight, but people are going to be turning up their power or their heat, which increases the need for power. So if you don't have trees taking you down, you could experience brownouts. So it just gets better and better. So put on your wool socks, people. Don't turn up the thermostat. But
I still have my air conditioner on right now. Is that crazy?
I guarantee you won't by Saturday. So
I won't by tonight.
So the coming storms will arrive 5 years almost to the date after the massive winter storms that took out Texas. Remember when you had the blackouts? So
yeah, I lived in my car for 7 days. That was so fun. It's like camping.
Yeah, you were isolated from everyone else in the rest of the country. Well, now Texas has improved their grid, and they don't anticipate the severity of this storm, but they don't want to underestimate it either. So they're basically telling us that it's going to be bad. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know. They said that 200 people died in that storm 5 years ago. So hopefully they're better prepared.
But they were all elderly. Most of them were all elderly people. And they didn't have anybody. The little community that I live in, because I keep an eye on my landlord because she's elderly and she's sick. Right now she has somebody going around and collecting the stray cats that she feeds. And she's having them put into the house, into the other room. And then the female out here, Callie, that runs around, she'll come to me. So she hangs out in my backyard, so I'm going to just let her in, and my cat's just going to have to deal with her. Because they don't need to be outside.
Well, there's in the South, they've opened warming centers, and there's places for you to go. And hopefully your state's prepared with a Georgia National Guard. If you live in a facility where they suffer an outage, they can either, with Army Corps of Engineers, can swoop in and bring a generator or move the people to a warmer place. So hopefully that doesn't occur, but we are being warned. I thought I had that up. I'll just close you. You're annoying. But yeah. And then, I haven't even talked about the snow yet. We're still talking ice because you get above Tennessee, and there's areas all the way back up to the Northeast where you could get over a foot of snow. Up where Denise is, she could get upwards to a foot. So we haven't even talked about the snow. So
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean the snow will bring the temperatures down and keep people raising their thermostat, which is going to cause the brownouts. But then you got the areas in the South with the ice where they're just going to lose power. So They're calling it a Canadian cold front. Damn you, Canada. So yeah. Yeah, but see how they start coloring this thing. This is what I was talking about. They start putting these colors up here, and I didn't understand it until I started doing the research. But the extremes, as far as with the ice and the color coding, as to how bad it was, until I realized I lived in a purple zone. So. Yeah, I live in the purple zone, so we'll see. And I messaged Mrs. Sportcat and I said, if there's anything we need, if we don't have it by the time you get home, we're not getting it.
You're not getting it.
That's right. 2,000 flights have been delayed. It's now up to 15 states declaring a state of emergency. DC is expecting almost a foot of snow. Our lovely politicians have recessed until Tuesday afternoon. So they're all gone. So yeah. So they're all gone. So he says I'm 4'11". I'm not going out. I don't blame you. I don't want to go out if I don't have to either. So yeah, that's the most recent headline. Florida has canceled. Now 2,000 flights have been canceled for Saturday. So if you're traveling this weekend, check your weather plans because, well, you could get a surprise when your flight be canceled. Hey, if you're stuck at a beach, just rent the hotel for an extra couple of days. You'll be all right. So they're calling it a historic winter storm, and it's going to slam. And they say half the United States. I think it's going to be actually more than that. So their predictions are 172 million people under the winter weather. Foot of snow from Oklahoma to Massachusetts. So, and then on the southern side, Texas, Carolina, and Virginia, the mixed precipitation is, well, that's what's going to bring the freezing rain. Oh, and then I forgot to mention the wind. In the south, on this side of the Appalachia, at least, we're going to be getting gusty winds up to 40 miles an hour from the storm. So yeah, your trees that are weighted down with ice, yeah, they're just gonna blow right over. So yeah. Many retail chains have prepared, but I've been taking reports from Tennessee to the Carolinas to Georgia. Everything's gone. It's all gone by now. Target said it had overstocked, but things have moved out quicker than the demand. Home Depot is moving stuff from other areas. In other words, the Yankees are sending their snow shovels to Georgia.
Oh my God.
And now get this. The new mayor of Texas, New York City, Zama Mamadami,
yeah,
he said at a press conference today, it didn't matter. Kids are still going to go to school. Like, what the hell? You guys are going to get a foot of snow. He's like, yeah, they'll be all right. Just, they can walk. Damn, that's pretty cold.
What a nice guy. That's
says,
God.
Yeah, he said, if you were expecting a snow day, yeah, you're not getting it. Like, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, but he said if you just stay home and watch. But he didn't cancel school. Oh God, what will we do without him? So Georgia bracing for the most ice in over a decade. They're saying up to 12 years ago, but I think it's going to be more than that because they've already changed it. Prior to coming out, there was here. Yeah, this is old news. It said 0.25 to 1 inch. Here where I'm at, Gema's already said 3/4 of an inch. So yeah. Prescriptions. If you need your prescriptions, CVS and Walgreens have been moving their allotment of medications to stores so that you can get them. Like I said, I'm not telling everybody to panic, but get your stuff today. So especially if you're in the South, Mississippi, well, you have never had ice like you're about to get. So just dig in. And even up in Kentucky, power outages are expected. So yeah, it's pretty much the whole East Coast and the South. So yeah.
Well, yeah, that kind of just sucks a little.
Yeah. There's no escaping this. So these are the 12 cities that will see, quote, catastrophic damage by crippling U.S. winter storm. Now, this comes from the Washington Post, so take the validity with it as you want. But Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth, Little Rock, Tupelo, Nashville, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Charlotte, Richmond, Washington, D.C., New York City, and Boston. Now, I don't so much buy this one because this is talking about the snow. I think if you start adding the ice, you need to move further south and talk about Atlanta, Raleigh, Chattanooga, down as far into almost Birmingham in Alabama. So they're only considering snowfall in that one. So the snow and ice, when it kicks off, it's going to be historic. I'm not ready for this, Brenda. So it's heavy snow and ice, and then the winds. Oh, we've already pretty much covered this. It's coming from the west to the east, and it's going to put the bitter punch into the south, and then it will move up northwards, where everybody in the north, yes, it will be bad, but you all will be getting mainly snow. I wish for snow. I wish ours was snow, but it's not so much. Let's see here. What is this one giving me live updates? Anything new? Let me refresh it to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, we've pretty much talked about this. 3,000 flights have now been canceled. So, and we talked about the East Coast seeing a foot, and there you are with the forecasted snowfall. Crippling ice, frigid temperatures. Yes, I believe this has got parts of the South named better with Austin, Oklahoma, Nashville, Atlanta, Charlotte. I don't know so much about D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston is going to be the areas affected. The latter more by snow. So they're saying this will be 40 hours of a crippling storm. So the storm is expected to last for 40 hours once it kicks in. So yeah, once it gets its punch and starts moving to the east and picking up the nice warm Gulf air. Let's see here. Anything new? So I was trying to keep up and get us the latest information when he come out. Texas led the country early Friday with small but growing number of power outages. So Texas is already experiencing them. Colleges, the University of Georgia, right down the street from me, are expected to be closed. So, yep.
Yeah, we have, I can hear sirens and stuff all over the place right now, which means they're out there driving stupid.
Oh, yeah. Extreme cold in Chicago could lead to ice quakes. Now, this is another one I hadn't heard. Chris, are you familiar with ice quakes?
Ice quakes?
Ice quakes. Yes. Locals in greater Chicago may hear a sudden boom over the weekend in what meteorologists are calling a frost quake, a weather phenomena that takes place when temperatures plummet and groundwater freezes quickly. According to AccuWeather, frost quakes, also sometimes called ice quakes, are seismic events caused by sudden cracking in frozen soil that is saturated with rock and ice. As water expands when it freezes, pushes apart the dirt and rocks, and if the expansion happens all at once, basically pushes apart the dirt and rocks, and it's a ice quake. There you go. So basically now we have ice quakes and exploding trees.
Ice quakes and exploding.
Damn, this global warming is really getting me.
Oh my God.
I have never heard of an ice quake. Is that any of our listeners that live up north? Let me know. Sportcat@protonmail.com. I have never heard of that. A frost or ice quake. All right. So
that's kind of funny.
Not if you live in there.
I mean, you know,
what are you going to do? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What do you now? This is an updated one. It says this will be a 72-hour storm, so it's just growing. Oh Lord! So we're gonna have ice quakes and exploding trees. Just the South is not built for this. Come on, people. Let's get over it. So, all right. So let's talk about this real quick. Talking about the colors, the Sperry Pilts Ice Accumulation Index. I didn't know what these colors meant, but now I know. If you're in these different colors, ice damage 0 is obviously green, 1, which is yellow, some isolated interruptions, orange, where you are, scattered utility interruptions, typically 12 to 24 hours. Roads and travel conditions may be extremely hazardous due to the accumulations. 3, numerous utility outages, interruptions with some damage to main feeder lines and equipment expected. Tree limb damage is excessive. Outages lasting 1 to 5 days. And then here I am in purple, which is 4, prolonged and widespread utility interruptions with extensive damage to main distribution, feeder lines, and some high voltage transmission lines. Outages 5 to 10 days. So luckily I wasn't in black, because black is, well, it's gone. Prepare for weeks. Shelters needed. So yeah, we're at 4, just under a 5. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, the Sperry-Pilzer Accumulation Index is what gives us the colors. And it's the scientists that sit down and they forecast the projected footprint with total ice accumulations, and what they think with their engineers comes up with the potential damage from approaching ice storms. It is a tool used for risk management and winter weather preparation. So there you go. If you've ever wondered, it is the Sperry-Pilz Ice Accumulation Index, and that tells you by your color the severity. So now you know if you need to look it up. And you can actually go to Spritz Pilz Sperry, SPERRY -Pilz, PILTZ.com, and look at it. And I looked at the maps for today, and well, today they're pretty limited because the storm hasn't grown. So they don't update it and do future casts. They say that's the National Weather Service's job. So they only have current. So if we have internet, I'll be checking in on this. But there you go, in case you've ever wondered, like I went down that rabbit hole. So there you go. Now you know, Brenda.
Now I know. Yeah.
If your power is out and you don't have a generator, you should monitor your refrigerator temperatures, and you don't want it to drop below 40 for food safety. Full freezer can survive for 48 hours, a half freezer for 24. Your refrigerator, if unopened, stuff inside will be good for 4 to 6 hours. Now, generally frozen foods tightly together separate, and cross-contamination can occur. So if you have ice packs, start to use ice packs, or if you have dry ice. So, but if it drops below 40, you need to, for more than 2 hours, you need to check it out real good and basically just chuck it. So if it gets to 40 for more than 2 hours, open mayonnaise and sausages. If it's above 50 for more than 8 hours. So there you go.
Now my freezer, the last time that we had that outage for 7 days, nothing in my freezer was harmed at all, because I keep my freezer at -6.
Wow.
My refrigerator, I keep it at 35. So I opened my refrigerator because it was that cold in the house. The only thing that we lost in that last outage in 7 days was milk.
Wow. When the hurricane took out our grid to the south of us, we lost the entire freezer because we were out in the summer for 7 days. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That would not work.
Yeah. Denise says The weatherman is apt to be wrong. I pray it's now, but yeah, there's too many models agreeing. Yeah, there's too many models agreeing right now, Denise. So yeah. Well, let's see what other news we have, and we'll get back into weather stuff if we got time. But we only got 30 minutes. So, majority stake in TikTok in the United States has been sold. Do you remember they were talking about this a while back? They were going to ban TikTok. Well, didn't the president come in and he saved TikTok? Jesus. So, yeah. So now China owns their part, and a company in the U.S. owns our part. So there we go. It was this come up through the Biden administration, and it was signed in during the Trump administration. And then he gave him an X period of time. And so they have split the company, and now it is owned by U.S.-backed ventures. And what gets me is I don't see the name of it here. I thought I saw the name of it, but I don't see the name. There's probably a name. I just don't see it. But yeah, so it's been sold. It's not Zuckerberg. I do know that. So he's got enough right now. Did you hear about this? We talked about this the other day. A Democrat judge calls New York City's Republican-held congressional seat unconstitutional and has ordered that it be redrawn. New York Democrat-appointed state judge ruled that the boundaries of New York City's only Republican congressional district, held by Nicole Milotakis, were created unconstitutionally, and she has ordered it to be redrawn. She issued this January 21st in the New York's 11th congressional district. Unconstitutionality dilutes the voting power of minority residents and violates New York State Constitution and New York voting rights. So what do? They just fire that? So if you're the congresswoman for there, are you just fired? Is that pretty much what that means? I mean, she's dissolved it. So she said that it is evident that without adding Black and Latino voters from elsewhere, that this is race discrimination. All right. So I don't know. I haven't looked at that particular one, but my question is, so what happens? You were elected. Now the judge just goes, nah, we didn't mean it. Is that what happens?
nah, we didn't mean it.
Yeah, we didn't mean it. The judge can tell you. So the citizens elected him. The judge is like, nah, we didn't mean it. Sorry. I don't understand how that works. All right, so we'll follow that story and see, because I'm going to be curious about that. What just happens if a judge decides a congressman or senator is like, your district, we didn't mean it. So, all right. U.S. homicide rates dropped by 21%, the lowest level since the 1900s. So after examining violent crime in 35 cities, the report found a decline in 11 of the 13 major crime offenses between 2024 and 2025. Carjacking fell 10%. Most others fell by 43%. Robbery, guns assault, homicide, aggravated assault, domestic violence. And this is all compiled from the FBI data. So now, for context, violent crimes have been falling for an increased period of time since COVID. So I guess basically COVID got locked everybody in their house, and the criminals were afraid they were going to get sick, so they stayed home. So, media
did.
Yeah, well, media on the left said that it was been dropping since 2000, and that sharper policy strategy, including more police overtime and a low unemployment with the lure of digital life, which is all post-pandemic, we got something glued to our face, is why it's dropping. The right, well, they are saying that it's Trump's law enforcement policies. So it's somewhere down the middle. It's probably due to some of the criminal justice policy programs, and it's probably due to the big C virus. But then I also think that having something glued to the front of your face too. So we take this article from the Federalist, and it says plummeting murder rates show that law and order works. So take this for what you want. This leans a little to the right, but 9 of the 13 offenses tracked declined by double digits. So they're saying that this is the lowest since 1900. So I don't understand that, because we see in other parts of the country, like we look at what's going on in Minnesota, and we say it's going crazy up there. So I don't understand how they're skewing their numbers, but maybe it's just because we're seeing that it's right in front of us. So I don't know. But top 5 cities, LA, DC had National Guard presence. So they're saying that they're calling it the Memphis effect, because that's what brought the crime rates down. Because the National Guard members have been in those areas. It could be, but once again, law and order. So, well, the House passed a funding bill, and it also funded ICE and Secret Service and a whole 9 yards. But it's got to make it to the Senate, and the Senate, Schumer is saying it's going to be held up because they want to defund ICE. So they're going to be butting heads with the president, but the House of Representatives has passed it. So they say that this is going to avert another shutdown by the January 30th deadline. So they had all 12 bills with full government funding, and it was passed according to Mike Johnson. And that was passed because there was Democrats and Republicans on the agreement. So it upset, obviously, some, the ones that are the talking heads that you see out there every day. Hakeem, it upset him because, well, he didn't want to fund ICE. But some Republican or Democrats crossed the aisle and helped get it through. So we'll see what the Senate does. The Senate could still say, no, we're going to defund it, and they get to butting heads. The only ice in Minnesota is going to be the weather this weekend. No, not true, actually. Mass integration enforcement program protests are planned. Here you go, Denise. Various groups are going to oppose the Trump administration this weekend, and it starts with economic blackout on Friday. In an attempt to pressure immigration and customs enforcement officers, more than 100 groups, including unions from progressive organizations and religious groups, have urged Minnesotans to skip school and work on Friday, avoid shopping to participate in the 2 p.m. marches that are all being planned for the weekend. Now, like Denise just pointed out, temperatures are going to be right around 0. So we'll see. But they're planning that this weekend is a weekend of protest. They don't want people. This is going to be at a really bad time. They don't want people buying anything, but we got a storm coming that you need to buy stuff and be prepared for. So we'll see. But several states are taking part of this. California's taking part of it, but they don't have a storm coming. So I don't know. Scores of businesses in Minneapolis are closing on Friday. Religious leaders, labor unions are all closing their doors. It's a general strike to protest Donald Trump's deployment of ICE in Minneapolis. Calling it ICE out is the message. So that's what the protesters. It's funny, they've all got signs that they all look alike. They all carry the same thing. They got T-shirts and everything made up for it. So ICE out starts today. So there you go, Denise. Our favorite governor, Tim Walz, is begging for donations to his legal defense fund after the DOJ subpoena over obstructing ICE. Now, wait a minute. I want to go back a minute here and go back, because when he entered into office, he wasn't a multimillionaire, correct? I mean, I don't have the facts and figures in front of me, but this is what I've read and this is what I've heard.
Right, he wasn't.
So we have a multi-millionaire begging for donations for his legal defense fund.
That's awesome.
If he didn't do anything, I don't know. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has started raising money for his legal defense after the DOJ subpoenaed him and the Minneapolis mayor for impeding law enforcement. In a message sent out to supporters, he says, Tim Walz here. Last week, the federal government opened an investigation into me. This comes just weeks after a federal ICE agent shot and killed Renee Good in Minneapolis, unleashing chaos across our city. Shouldn't he say state? He's a governor. Anyhow, rather than taking accountability and working to turn down the temperatures, Donald Trump and his administration are fanning the flames by targeting me for demanding transparency and answers. Let me be clear. When they say that, they don't want you to be clear. That's a reverse psychology trick. Let me be clear. Weaponizing the justice system and threatening political opponents is a dangerous authoritarian tactic, and I won't let it stand. If you're with me, please rush a donation to our legal defense fund to help ensure we can keep fighting accountability, transparency, and justice.
I call it.
He starts with $25 and goes up to $100, then $250 and $1,000. Or you can make it a monthly payment.
Oh my God.
I feel bad if I have to tell the audience that, I broke something or something. I feel horrible. I can't imagine begging, as a millionaire begging.
I think that those offices have their own attorneys. They probably should not have to pay for that stuff. Maybe he just needs more money. I want to see how many.
If he is legally protected, this is the way it was explained to me as public safety. You are legally protected. We will pay for everything if you do everything that is in the rule book, the operating procedures, the guidebook, and the employee standards and accountability. If you step outside of that, even just to put your little teeny tiny finger outside of that, you're on your own.
Well, so now
it's the same for him.
Now let's see how many of the protesters out there who have been skipping work to protest are going to donate money to him.
They can't afford it.
For the illegals.
My job is to defend Minnesotans and the rule of law, and I am not backing down. So they can
get some money from the Somalis that sent money to their country. They can send it back.
Oh, pay up, bitches. Pam Bondi announces that they got all of them. Do you remember? Well, hold on here. We'll go here. The church that they stormed. Well, they've arrested 3 people. We discussed 2 of them yesterday, which was Nakima Levy Armstrong. She was one of them. She was the organizer. And then what was the girl? I can't. Where is her name in here? Anyhow, more to come. So they were continuing to look at all the video and stuff. And then there was Don Lemon. It turns out that the attorney general is married to the assistant attorney general. Okay, hold on. I'm telling this wrong. The magistrate who refused to sign off on the charges that the Justice Department brought against Don Lemon, the magistrate judge Douglas Miko and his wife work for the his wife works for the assistant attorney general Keith Ellison's office. So in other words, there's some kind of relationship there, and it should probably be taken to another magistrate because what is that called? Conflicting. They have it's a conflict, so it should go to another magistrate, but they refused. So they refused to sign charges against Don Lemon. So she signed off on the others, but she did not sign off on. She signed off on Shakita Leah Louise Allen, Nakima Levy Armstrong, and the last one, William Kelly. She signed off on those 3, but she wouldn't sign off on Lemon. And so when they did the research, they found out that, well, guess what? His wife works in the AG's office. So then Don Lemon is now taunting the DOJ and daring them to arrest him. How'd that work out too well for this guy here? Remember him, William Kelly, the guy with the bright yellow jacket? Kept calling Pam Bondi a bitch and said, "Come get me." Well, looks like they got him. So now Don Lemon is saying he's a journalist and he stands tall and proud He's taking a victory lap because he has won over the DOJ. Yeah, they'll just find another magistrate there, buddy. Yep, William Kelly. He was the one that with the bearded, redheaded guy that was the one asking for money. The soldier that had PTSD. Remember that we talked about him yesterday, Brenda, or maybe the day before? William Kelly. So he was taunting him, calling Pam Bondi a bitch. Well, I guess the bitch got you. So you were, he's been arrested. It's come get me. Yeah. So yeah, he was collecting money the other day. Remember we talked about that? Are you still alive over there?
I am.
Okay.
I was talking to you, but I didn't realize I was muted because my dog was yakking and I had muted.
Gotcha.
Can't Pam Bondi go above that judge?
I would have to probably look that up, but I think magistrates have jurisdiction signing off warrants for like local things. So if I understand, like let's say Gwinnett County can only sign for things in Gwinnett County. Now it doesn't mean if you live somewhere else, but or like if you live in Knoxville, they have a magistrate. Now there is judges over them, but at a certain level over them, you get to federal. And I think the problem is if they go that high up and charge him federally, they'd have to prove the same burden for the other three. So I think that's what that is. I'm not 100%. My pre-law was a lifetime ago, but I think that's the way it works. I would have to look it up. I don't know, but I think that's the way it works. So we talked about this yesterday, the bruise on his President Trump's left hand. Well, that is really got the media fired up and they're going on. And he said that he clipped it on a table and it's because he takes big aspirin. Good Lord. But apparently the doctors told him not to take it. And he's like, no, I've read that it's good for you, so I'm going to take it.
It's like a blood thinner.
I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. But he said his doctor told him not to take it, and he says he's going to take it. So I don't know. He claims it's the aspirin's fault that he clipped his hand on the table. We discussed this yesterday. I don't believe so much so. So
he's not he plays golf, he runs around, and he doesn't get
I'm not saying he's not healthy. No. It's not what I'm saying.
No, I mean, people get bruises. I get them all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. But I think because they're consistent that those are from intravenous IVs where he's getting vitamin C and nutritional IVs. A lot of people with money do that. And I know that politicians do that. So to me, that is what that looked like. So, and Chris says he does many great things, Brenda. Stop quoting. All right, Brenda, me and you are going to probably argue here. This comes to us from Maine. A York County corrections officer was arrested by ICE agents. The York County correction officer, Mario Enrico Bernardo, was taken into ICE custody. Now, it took me a while to find a very, very open article about this because every one of them jumps off the deep end that Trump is arresting anybody with brown skin. This guy is from Angolio. I'd have to even Google to see where the hell that is.
Is he illegal?
No, he is not. He came to the country in 2023. His first job, he was a teacher in Angola. His first job in the United States was as a correction officer for the York County Sheriff. He completed all of his I-9 process, and he even went to Texas for the hearing, and it was approved. And then he passed all the background checks to become a corrections officer for the York County Sheriff.
Okay.
And he's currently in the police academy. So,
why did they arrest him?
They arrested him saying ICE is now saying that he's here illegally. So he's been detained. So I'm on the fence with this one. But what pisses me off about this one is they stopped him in a targeted stop. In other words, just like I said, they lit him up and they stopped him. They detained him and took him into custody. All right, now let's go back a bit here. He's in Maine. They did this yesterday. They left his car running and rolled down all of the windows on the side of the road. That to me is bullshit. Yeah. All right. The officers were sent out there to do a job. They targeted this guy. They found him. They arrested him. So the officers are doing their job. I can't fault them for that because they're not the ones that made the decision to go get him. That's higher up. But this bullshit of leaving the vehicle. And if you remember, I questioned you about this the other day. I was like, what do they do with the people after they get them out? Because remember, we had that one that they blocked. She was blocking the road and they just drove it over the side of the road.
They drove it and parked it. Yeah.
But apparently this has been a thing with ICE agents because they're trying to be pricks. They're leaving vehicles running. They're rolling all the windows down. This was Maine and it was snowing. He has family here. He was a teacher. He came here legally. He didn't cross any illegal borders. He had his paperwork. He went to his hearing. His I-9 was approved. He went through the vetting process for law enforcement. Now, I'm not saying something could have slipped through. Don't get me wrong. But this one I'm calling is bullshit.
Yeah. I agree with you.
The officers had a job to do. They were sent out. They did it. They're very good at it. But they also have a duty as a professional to secure that. I have went into homes where people are passed out and sick from a medical emergency and had meatloaf in the stove. And I've went in, turned the stove off, pulled the meatloaf out, put it on the table. Sometimes I've even covered food. I think that's part of our job as public safety is to take care of the public. Granted, this guy may be here illegally. I can't question it because I don't know all the facts on that. That's up to a magistrate. Somebody obviously signed off on the warrant, but the officers, they had a duty to act there. So I'm calling that one out as bullshit. But apparently this isn't the first one. Apparently this is their calling card. So
now who reported that? What was
this was reported by the Maine Wire. This is the most biased one or non-biased article I could find because all the others went far one way or far the other. This one, the reporter Seamus Othot, I have no idea who that is. Definitely, if you go look it up on the Maine Wire, they went and did a background check. They went and did a Freedom of Information Act. They did actual journalism on this article. So kudos to them. And they got screenshots here from everything from the Freedom of Information Act for pulling the records on him as a deputy. So yeah, they really did a good job on this. I can't say because I'm not a judge and couldn't see what they said, but the officers did their job. They went out and they detained him. Apparently it wasn't a big, fight or anything. He's like, oh yeah, that's me. And he went with them. So, but they had a duty to do that. They call a wife, call a neighbor, call somebody, or even just put it in a goddamn gas station parking lot, lock it up and take the keys with him. They had a duty. That's part of your duty. See, now that'll get me pissed. So
yeah.
But apparently, like I said, this is like their calling card.
Chris
and they
said
do
he
that
would,
to be
he would probably even eat some of the meatloaf so he could tell the person that made it they did a wonderful job.
Well, one of the calls that comes to mind is we had a guy who overdosed and all of his homies left him, and he had something in the oven, and we were trying to, because he was pretty sick. Well, sick is not the right word, but he was pretty down the road, we'll say. And we got him in the back of the ambulance and took off. And when he come to and stuff, he says, dude, did you happen to think to turn my oven off? And normally I try and think of things, especially with the elderly. And I was like, no, I didn't. So I got on dispatch and I said, hey, dispatch, send engine 42 back there and tell them to turn the stove off. And they're like, okay. and Engine 42 had to break in. But it was part of their job, so
Yeah.
I mean, we had to call law enforcement. We didn't illegally break in, but we did as little they did as little damage as they could, but it prevented the whole condo unit from catching on fire hours later. So yeah. So now see, here again, we have this where they capture, this is Seattle. We're jumping to the entire other side of the country. And we see that they've captured sex offenders, predators, amid a surge in Seattle. We talked about the officer in Portland that was shot during some of the Antifa stuff where they're out in Portland.
Yeah.
So they are arresting the worst of the worst. But you can't tell me somebody that's here legally from Angola, from all damn places, was a teacher and is a sheriff's deputy, is one of the worst. You can't sell me that. You can't sell me that cookie. I don't buy it. So, but then to make things worse, you do that. That's bullshit. So I'll call them out there. An Arizona Democrat Attorney General says, she suggests, I want to make sure I get this right. She suggests that residents can shoot ICE agents under the stand your ground law because they're hooded or masked criminals. So,
wow.
Yeah. That's interesting. Arizona Attorney General suggests, under the stand your ground law, the way it is worded, that ICE could potentially not be real law enforcement and you could shoot them.
Oh,
well, so yeah, there is that. I'm just going to leave that story right there. So and of course we have Democratic state lawmakers trying to bar former ICE agents from local jobs. When we talked about this in Maryland, well, now they're trying to do it in Washington state. So that'll be 2 states that you will no longer be able to work in if you've held a federal job. So Trump threw a temper tantrum last night and withdrew Canada's invitation to the Board of Peace. Did you read about that?
Nope.
Yeah, him and the head poobah of Canada got into a Twitter or X war or whatever the hell they are. And he says, well, I'm taking my invitation back. And he said, well, good. I wasn't going to give you $1 billion anyhow. Fuck off. So, the Board of Peace. The one, but it's got a clearly fake gold AI generated logo, Brenda. You got to go check it out. I didn't even bring that article up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But here's some things start to come out. The U.S. unveils new plans for us to build the new Gaza, complete with skyscrapers, Mediterranean coastlines.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Well, those people in Gaza have lived like in prison for a very long time.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all, Brenda. I agree. But now we're just going to we're just going to plow over where everybody was, and we're going to put up all of our skyscrapers and beachfront.
Oh my God.
You misunderstand. The American taxpayer under the Board of Peace, which Trump is the grand poobah of, is footing the whole goddamn bill. Who is getting kickbacks from this, Brenda? Who?
I don't
Who likes
know.
to build skyscrapers?
Yep.
Why are they fucking gold? Things that make you go, I'm falling off of, I'm not MAGA. All right. I'm gonna get off of that. See, Trump took the invitation away because he heard the storm was from a candidate. Maybe.
Well.
The president, this was quietly reported, and it wasn't because it was him, because they'd probably be gold, but the Cadillac Escalade, I need to meet you. The Cadillac Escalade, he has new limos now. Nobody really noticed it. It was introduced without much fanfare, but the Secret Service is now taking the president in the brand new Cadillac Escalades. So GM was awarded the contract last year, and they quietly put him in service in Davos. So you'll be seeing him here in the U.S. when there's a motorcade with the new Escalade will be the vehicle for the president. So there you go. But if they were Trump Escalades, they'd be gold, obviously. So, but the Secret Service has 2 brand new Escalades for the presidential motorcade. So there, it's a pretty vehicle, and I'm sure it cost us a pretty penny. So, not saying we don't need it. Don't take that. So, man, we're about to run out of times. We didn't talk about Space Force. We didn't talk about the Dorito-shaped UFO. And
a Dorito-shaped UFO?
Yeah, well, it's probably the F-47, and we just don't
have one of those.
Well, we don't officially have it, so it's a Dorito-shaped aircraft. I mean, we do have Dorito-shaped aircraft, but this is the new Dorito-shaped aircraft that was caught over Area 51 a couple days ago. So it's got the internet a buzz. So, but we don't know if it's a new one or an old one, or there's military's like, oh, we got nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. So, House rejects Democrat-backed Venezuela war power revolutions. Vamp applauds Trump's efforts to end tyranny. You mean like when he's building a goddamn Meridian town? Yeah. Yeah. He addressed the March for Life, which is going on in D.C. this weekend. The Army secretary tapped again as Russian-Ukraine agitator. Okay, I didn't read that. British Prime Minister urges Trump to apologize. This is what kind of started this. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has urged Trump to apologize for his false assertions that troops from NATO countries other than Americans stayed away from the front lines during the war in Afghanistan. Trump said that he wasn't sure NATO would be there to support the United States if and when we requested, provoking outrage and distressing many in the UK. Trump's remarks were insulting and frankly appalling. More than 150,000 British troops served in Afghanistan in the years after the U.S.-led 2001 invasion, the largest contingent after America won. After, I guess, so not one like WNE or one like the number. In other words, we were number 1, they were number 2. And more than 450 of them died in the line of service. Yeah, Trump should apologize for that. So, Chris says, we have Cheeto-shaped submarines with waste removal issues.
Now when I have a Cheeto, that's what I'm going to think about. Thanks, Chris.
Oh, great. Yeah. Prince Harry is even on there because remember, he was a rescue pilot in helicopters during the Afghan war. So yeah, even the royalty has jumped on Trump saying you better apologize. That's bullshit. I agree. So yeah, that they were clearly there. They were there. The Australians were all of NATO was there after Bush stomped his feet and went into the Iraq war because they killed my daddy. They were there for that too. So calm down, Glenn. So, but there you go. There you go. FEMA was at work today, the daily operations briefing. They're worried about central to eastern United States no longer being there in 72 hours. Here, once again, is the nice purple and red and yellow where 1/2 to 1 inch of ice could take down the grid over the weekend. And then also the snow forecast, which kind of looks like well, never mind, but it goes from Maine all the way back down to Texas. So the sleet, the same way. So it goes from the Chesapeake Bay, Virginia region back into Texas. Temperatures over the weekend are expected in some parts of the country to be in single digits. So FEMA is monitoring it, and they've got things stationed everywhere. It's 1,600 hours. We've been on for 2 hours now, so we've dropped off with WZQR. The only thing I wanted to add before we got out of here is that I have heard that after 5 o'clock, the news drop may be that we bomb Iran because Trump wanted the market closed when he started the bombing. So that would occur after 5 o'clock on Friday, which is usually the 5 o'clock news drop. So there you go. Brenda, thoughts on that before we get out of here?
Not really.
I agree. I don't think we should be bombing.
We got to get out of here because I got somebody coming to my house.
Yeah, I don't think we should be bombing Iran, but there you go. I don't know what the hell to do with them. Jesus. Well, as long as we don't invade them. So maybe, hell, I don't know. Just, well, supposedly after 5 when the market drops because, well, you know, President Trump's into all that financial shit. Everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages, we will be back on Monday, pending that, well, we don't get wiped out. Brenda and I may not be here for a couple of days. So just go over to Facebook and find us under the Sportcat Daily Gazette. Sportcat's Daily Gazette news group. Join the group and try and post everything there. Or you can go over and find it on Facebook. I'll post on social media on Sportcat's podcast, so you can check it out there. So as Chris said, everybody have a great weekend, and as I always sign off with the radio, as I always say,
in case I don't see you,
good
afternoon, good evening, and good night.
That's right. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Go ahead.
Denise also said for everybody to stay safe, and she loves us all. We love you too, Denise.
Yeah, we love you too. Hopefully we won't be dead. So there you go. Thanks to Monster Mike for the song, by the way. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay warm. Yeah, stay warm. Drink your hot chocolate and eat your tomato soup. I'm personally looking for bourbon, but that's just me. I had this stuck in my head for days now.
I might eat tonight, maybe.
Twisted takes, crazy jokes, no bunker, just views. A quiz in history, weather on the scroll from Greenland to the galaxy. They've got every goal. Laugh at fear, let the world do its thing. Sportcat's Gazette, it's the chaos we sing. Sportcat's Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We're riding the headlines with laughter and light. No prepping for doom, we dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day.